So hello, and today we'll be going through the lecture 3 of Python series, and today we'll be practicing some questions that I have, you know, set up for you. So first of all, रोज की तरह हम कोड ओपन करेंगे, VS कोड ओपन विद कोड, या हम टर्मिनल से डॉट कोड करके खोलेंगे और उसके बाद लेट्स स्टार्ट विद द क्वेश्चंस। एक फाइल बना लेंगे क्वेश्चंस डॉट पी वाई। अब पहला क्वेश्चन मैं कमेंट में लिखता हूँ। I would recommend for you to first of all close the video or pause the video and try it yourself. So first of all, let's say find the area. इसको बड़ा कर देता हूँ थोड़ा सा. Yes. So find the area of the triangle. So first of all, you can pause the video. And now, so to find the area of triangle, you need length and breadth. All right. So we'll take one variable named length, and we'll take one variable named breadth. So suppose length is 12.7. Sorry, area of a rectangle. My bad. Triangle का भी करेंगे. Let's say area is 12.5 and sorry, length is 12.5 and breadth is 10. We'll take area equals to length times breadth. And now we will do what? Breadth की spelling गलत हो गई है फिर. BREADTH. मे बी ये भी गलत हो, लेकिन वेरिएबल नेम सेम है तो काम चल जाएगा. तो हम प्रिंट करेंगे area, then we'll run the code, and here we have got the area. Now let's say we want to find the area of triangle. Area of triangle. So we'll take what height h. Let's say height is 16 and length, height into base. Let's say base is 45 and sorry 4.5. Let's say 4.5. 45 is the way to pick, and we'll take area equals to area of triangle is half times length into breadth, sorry, height into base, height into base. We'll print area now. 36, correct. Now we'll go ahead with another program. Let me see the question here. Let's say you want to find the simple interest of the oh, just say simple interest, right? So we'll take principal amount, let's say 1,000 rupees. We'll take the rate, let's say 5%, and time will be, let's say, 2 years. Then to file simple interest, simple PRT by 100. We'll just print simple, right? Simple. Now we just print it. And here the answer is 100, as you can see. Now we can also use strings, like over here you can say the simple interest is, so here it will show the simple interest is 100. And you can also use the formatting here. This is called Python formatting, printf. Now you can just add brackets here and just write simple, and it will print as it is. So why this is used, the formatting? So first of all, suppose let's say you have a really long sentence and you have many variable to put in here. So it's easier to put the variables while you are in the sentence rather than going ahead and using comma and then write simple ABCD. And you can also do other type of formatting here. Let's say you can do, see, you can do formatting in decimal font. If you want decimal point up to 2 decimal, you can write dot to f. If you want till 3 decimal, you can write 3f, 4f, 5f, and f. Okay, this is simple. Now, suppose these are all the variables and variable values are given by us, the programmer itself. What if the user wants to give the value? So for that purpose, we use a function called input. So by the function input, you can take value from the user itself. Let's comment it out and just, yeah. Suppose I want to take input from the console here. तो इनपुट लेने के लिए हम क्या करेंगे, एक वेरिएबल लेंगे, उसमें लेंगे इनपुट, इनपुट, enter the value of a, then we'll just print the value of a and run the program. It's asking the value for a, just say 20, so it will print 20 years. So we can also write the value of a is is a. Now it will print, ask for the value of a, let's say 20, it will print out 20. Now you can see, if you can see here, uh, after the statement enter the value of a, there is a no gap and there is no new line. So to get a new line, what you can do is either you can just say print backslash n. So what is this black backslash n? This is a new line character. So new line character just works like enter in your keyboard. So if I print now, you can see it will do 20 and then it will just skip a line. You can see the gap here. So so you can, what you can just do is enter slash n here, then you will run the code, then you can see the input value is coming in the next line. The same way you can use slash backslash t, it is tab space, like you press tab in your PC, it gives out 4 number of spaces. So now we'll write 20 and it will give out 20. So this is how you can take input from the user. Now suppose in these all programs you want to take input from the user itself. What you will do now, you will just do input, enter the length of the rectangle, slash it. Same way you can do with the breadth, breadth slash and enter the breadth of the breadth. Now what I will do, I'll enter the length of the and the breadth, and there is an error. Oh yeah. So see what is, so the function input takes input as a string. So as I taught you data type last in the last lectures, so this input function takes input as string by default. Now here we'll learn another concept that is called type conversion. So let's say you want to uh, convert a string into an integer. So if you want to convert string into an integer, what you will do, you will just write int, then inside of it you will write variable name. So this way you'll be able to convert the any string into an integer, or you want to convert string into float, or you want to convert string into character, like you can do anything right now. So you just say you want to convert this into int, so you will just write int here and this with int. So now the input that you will be giving will be converted into int itself. int. Now let's just clear the console and run the program. Just say 20, 50, it will give out 1000 as it is. Now because the input is taken as integer. This is what we call typecasting or type conversion. So these are a few simple programs. Then we'll move ahead with the next program. Yeah, really good question now. This will test your brain now. Swap numbers. Suppose there are two given numbers A and B. So if there are two numbers A and B, uh, then what you will do is swap A into B. Suppose right now you print the value of A is, you write A. So another specialty of the print function that it automatically has a backslash n after every print statement. So you don't need every print backslash n after every statement. Value of b is right now what will it print? 20 and 10. Now what you are out to do is that you will swap both of these values. So how you can swap these values? Just if you think about it, we can just take a variable, third variable, let's say temp. Now we'll store the value of temp in A. Now temp has the value of A. Now we'll say A equals to B. Then we'll tell B equals to temp. Now what it does is, first of all, it takes a variable temp that is empty, right? Temp is empty. Then it just stores the value of A. Now right now it holds the value of A. Now after that, the container A now contains the value of B, and then B contains the value of temp that already contains the previous value of A. To explain this further ahead, I'll just need to bring my pen tab. So just wait. Yeah, so I have my pen tab now. So let's just say let's open my whiteboard. So let's just say you have one variable A. Let's take it as a container. All right. So A has a value of 20 right now. As you can see, A has the value of 20 right now. Then B has the value of 10 right now. Now you are out to swap these values. So to swap these values, what you will do is you will just, the answer should look like this. Like here it should be 10 and B here it should be 20. Now you can't do this without a third variable right now. So you will use a variable temp and store the value of A here. So value of A is 20 right now. Now you switch the value of A to the value of B. You just put this value over here. Then now A is 10. Now you put value. See, currently the value is 10, but then you put the value of temp here and it will now become 20, and the value of 10 will be cancelled out because now you updated the value of the variable B. So this is how you will swap it. Now this is how you do it using three variables. Now what if I say this is possible without using the third variable? So how you will do it without using the third variable? Now here you will use arithmetics. So how you will use arithmetics? So just think, right? There is a variable 20, sorry, value 10, 20, and there is a value 10. This is stored in the value of A. This is the value of B. Now just suppose that hold on. Yeah, just suppose how you can derive the third value from here. Now, if I think, then let's say A is A plus B. Now, A holds the value of A and B. That means A is now 30. We are just doing hit and trial right now. Then let's say B is equal to, now we want to make B equal to A. Now to make B equal to A, we have to do A minus current B, right? Yeah. So now B becomes what? A minus B, but A is A plus B means 30 minus 10, 20. Now we have the value of B. Now we want to take the value of A. Now we want to make value of A as B. Now what we can do is we can subtract, or just say we can do A minus B again, because the value of B now is 20. So we are just subtracting 30 minus 20, then A equals to 10. So what is the algorithm we got from it? Algorithm we got is first do A equals to A plus B, then do B equals to A minus B, then do A equals to A minus B. Now let's just write this in our VS Code, yeah. Let's say, let's see. First of all, let's see the output of this code. See, now the value of swapped A is here, swapped B is here. Now let's just change the algorithm from here and just write this: A equals to A plus B, B equals to A minus B, A equals to A minus B. Voila, we have the swapped values now. It works just like the previous method, but it's just quite efficient because you are just not using a third variable, so memory is being saved. Now we'll move ahead with the third question. Sorry, not third question. We have done many questions, but now we'll move to the next question. The next question is, mhm, yeah. Let's say you want, there is a number 500, 550, 505. Okay. Just say, let's just say not 505. Let's just say 247. Now you want to do the sum of digit. No, sorry, this is out of your syllabus. You have a number 24. So you have a two-digit number, given two-digit number, given two-digit number, and what you are out to do is you'll have to print out the sum of digits. Now to print the sum of digits, what you can do? Just think about it. Just pause the video and just think about it. There are, just let's just take a hint. There are few arithmetic operators I taught you. So using arithmetic operator, you want to separate 2 and 4 and just do the sum of them, right? If I remember, there is a uh, you know is something called a modulus operator, and if you modulus it by 10, what should the output be? 4. So we have got the last value. That means we have the value 4 now. So what we can do, we can say this is a variable A, and just see how we'll write the algorithm now. Let's say a variable num is A modulus 10. Now we have the value, sorry, there is some error. There is some error. Yeah. So let's just say there is a number, there is the value of 4, like last digit we have got the 10th place. So now we want to find the ones place. To find the ones place, what we have to do is just think that we can just divide it by 10. Floor divide, sorry. So when we floor divide it by 10, what we'll get? 2, right? We can store it in another variable. Just say num1, num1. So num1 will be a floor divide 10. So now instead of using these two variables, you can just do take a variable sum and just do a modulus 10 plus a floor divide 10. Now someone would ask, why didn't we use simple division? So if you do simple division, it will give out 2.4. That is not what we want. It will give out the output as 6.4, and that will be wrong because you want the output as 6. Now we'll just code it out. Let's just code it out and make a new file. Sum of digits.py. So these are the kind of questions that you will get in interviews. Like this is pretty basic, but just if we learn few more concepts, then build upon that, there will be a lot of questions that you can do. Now, yeah. So we have a number, let's say 57, and we want the sum. So we'll just print the sum, which is a modulus 10 plus a floor divide 10, a modulus 10, and a floor divide 10. So the answer is 12 because 5 plus 7 is 12. This is how you'll get the sum of digits. Now we'll move ahead with the next question. Um, yeah, so that's all for the exercises right now. Uh, we can also practice a few questions on input function and type conversion. Let's say you want to print a string. Let's say this is how you take input for a string. If you want to take input for a string, just run. Just say my name is Anup. So it will print out now Anup. You might be thinking these are pretty simple programs. Why are we doing this? But if you don't build your basics, it won't do any help. All right. So yeah, it won't do any help if you don't clear good your basics clear. Okay. So um, I forgot a comma. Now enter your name. Let's say Rashik. Your name is Rashik. So this way you can take input from the user, and if you do questions in your college exams, the questions will be like this itself, and there will be test cases which will either pass or fail on whether you have wrote the correct sentence here or not, and depending on that itself, you will be given the test case fail or passed remarks. Now next there will be a few things I'll have to discuss with you. I'll just see what was there to discuss. Yeah. So now comes a new part of our concept, that is what I call pretty basic conditionals. These are called conditional statements. Okay. So what are conditional statements? So what is a condition basically? So in a condition I say अगर मैं ऐसा करता तो ऐसा होता, अगर मैं घर गया होता तो मैं खेल रहा होता. So if we just use this and if, right, if, अगर, so अगर मैं ऐसा कर रहा होता तो मैं ये कर रहा होता, right? So this is just an example. So how do we write conditional statements in Python? So we write if, this is a syntax, then we write the condition, then we do colon, very important. Then we leave four white spaces or one tab space. Four spaces or one white space. Okay, this is called indentation. So this is technical term called indentation. So indentation is pretty important in Python because it defines from where the if condition will start until where the if condition will end. So let's say if, then condition, then here all the code. And once you stop writing in this indentation, four spaces or one type space, it will automatically end the if statement. Now, if you write another code from here, then this will not be considered in the if block. So let's say if age, if name e- equals to Anup, print owner of the channel. So let's just write my name. So here comes out to be owner of the channel. Now, what if I write something else rather than Anup? It won't print anything. Why it won't print anything? Because it's giving out a false input output from here. Now, what if the user gives false input? There should be something to be written if the condition fails. Like if the condition is true, then you will write this. Then this code will execute. If the condition is false, then nothing will execute, right? So for something else to be executed, there is a block called else block. So else works the same as if. You just write x else, then write your code here with four indentation spaces, obviously. Then you write your code here, and once you get out of the indentation, it will just automatically bring you out. Now, if I say here else print owner, not the owner of the channel. Now, this is how we use the else block. Let's say I run and not write Anup. Let's say I write Google. It will say not the owner of the channel. Now, what if you want to put out more than one condition? Suppose if grade is equals to grade is equal to A, then we'll say print good grade. Okay. Now we'll say elif grade equal to B, print okay grade. Now, like this, you can use multiple if else blocks, if else, if else, if else, if else. This is called if else ladder, or nested ifs, nested if else ladder. Sorry. So using this, you can make simple grade calculator also. Let's say if let's say grade is O, capital O. If grade equal to A, sorry, not brackets, colon, print good grade, elif, print if sorry, grade equal to B, print okay, grade, elif, B, near failure. Let's just try running this program now, and comment this one out. So it will say good grade. Now, if what if I say B? What if I say B grade? It will say okay grade. What if I do C grade? It will say fail. Sorry. Okay, it's small c, that's why it's giving that. Say near failure. If I do any other grade, it will say fail. Now you saw that if I just wrote capital A here, then it will give out error and go to fail itself. But the A grade is good grade. Now how can we fix this? We can just use a function dot C. Now it will give out good grade. Now this is a function called upper function. What it does is converts all the strings into uppercase. The same way you can switch everything into lowercase also. So these are two functions that you need to remember while doing string operations. These are very useful operations and will really help you in the future codes if you learn them. Now we'll move ahead and do some questions on if else. Sorry, I guess it's lagging for some reason. Just let's just move ahead to the VS Code itself then. Yeah. So now I'll see few questions for you. Yeah. Suppose you want to check multiple grades now. Suppose there are many grading systems like A plus B plus C plus and D plus D minus A minus A1 A2 A3 A4 and so many of the statements. So how will you do it? You'll have to use so many of if elif if elif if elif if elif if elif if elif so many of the question if elifs, and it will be like very clustered, and you'll have to code a lot for it. So what you can do is, first of all, if you have this you know extension enabled, you should just disable it, just like I have done it. Like just click on disable. Right now I'm labeling it to just save the time. Suppose you want to do a match case now. So there is, for the example I told, for multiple grades, there is a case called match case. Okay. See, what it does is matches this variable with any of these cases. If it matches any of these cases, then it will print this one. Now let's say uh, the grade is A, and if the grade is A, this case will be run and it will print good grade. So what is this case underscore now? You understood that it matches the variable that's written here, and this is all the syntax and stuff. That's pretty basic. Now, what is underscore? Just like else here, it prints when any other values entered. This is default case. If I put any other value other than the values given in the case statements, it will print out the fail statement. Yeah, it just works like if elif, but it's just a easier way and a shorthand. You can say it's just shorthand. I'll just also write it here that match case is a shorthand for if elif statements. Okay, so this is how you do it. Now I'll just turn off this extension because I didn't want to code that much again. So I just uh, enable this extension. Now this is all for this lecture, and we'll meet in the next lecture. And then in the next lecture will be all about loop statements. And these loop statements are very, very important if you mix them with if elif. There are many questions that you can do, and many of the questions there are in a platform called lead code. If you do lead code, it just improves your mindset to uh, see the questions approach. Okay, then this is it for today's lecture, and goodbye.